Okay, so it's the first day of the semester. I am very excited. I'm already ready to go, even though I'm not leaving for another 30 minutes. But yeah, I had a nice breakfast. I woke up really early today. I did some stretches, I did some all that. So I'm feeling really good. I'm very excited. The first thing that I have to do is teach, and then I have a class, and then I have lunch, and then I have two classes. And that's my Monday. So we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so here is the outfit for today. I'm wearing dress pants because I feel like I should, but only for today. I feel like on Wednesday, when I see my students again, I'm not gonna wear dress pants. I'm just gonna wear my normal outfits. But yeah, for today, I wanted to, dress to impress, even though this isn't really like an impressive outfit. But okay, um, the first week is done. It was done yesterday, but I had a long night. Um, let's start with teaching. So I teach Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for like 50 minutes each. I think it's short. I feel like I don't have enough time to really go over a lot. It feels like I'm always running out of time, even though it's 50 minutes. So I feel like for students, it's just like, dang, this is like taking forever, There's like an hour of my time. But to my point of view, I'm just like, 50 minutes is not enough time. Like, I would like to at least have like 10 more minutes, like a full hour to actually discuss some things. But yeah, so first impressions about teaching is that it's really difficult when you're trying your best to not be a lecturer, because I think especially for math, being a lecturer is kind of boring for students. Like unless you're really into math, unless like you're doing a math major, I think it's pretty hard to convince them to stay engaged if you're just lecturing. So I think what I'm having trouble with is like, how do I engage students and not be a lecturer about it? But at the same time, um, I don't know how to lecture for this class because I realized like the second day I was teaching that I don't remember how I was taught algebra. So I don't know if like the way I'm teaching it is sort of like the right way to do it. I don't know if it's like pedagogically like good. So that's my main concern. I'm just like, how am I doing? So I've been very like vulnerable and very honest with my students. I'm just like, this is my first time teaching in a classroom. Like class management is also pretty hard, but I think I'm getting by. So I'm very honest with them. I tell them like, this is my first time teaching in a classroom. This is my first time teaching this subject. So it's just like a lot of honesty, and I think they vibe with it. Another thing about teaching though is just like keeping up with due dates that higher up being instated is kind of difficult because then I realize like maybe 2 days or the night before something is due, I'm just like, oh shoot, I forgot to remind my students. And it's sort of like they should be able to remind themselves. I shouldn't be too much of a parent teacher in terms of like making sure that they remember everything. Because there should be some agency that they have in terms of like doing their own like keeping up to date and stuff. But I think I should just be like nicer on the first week because it is the first week. So that's what I did. I tried my best to like remind them. I think overall though, I think I'm enjoying teaching. I think I'm gonna get better at it as the semester goes, and the students know that. I tell them that I'm learning how to teach, and as they're learning algebra, I'm learning how to teach, and I think it kind of goes hand in hand. And I think they find that like at least commendable. Maybe they don't enjoy me that much, but I think they find it commendable. All right. So for classes though, I said it before. I am taking a topics course in differential equations. It's about fluid dynamics. I am taking measure theory, and then I am taking the 800 level algebra class, and then a pedagogy class. So I have four classes that I'm taking. So far, it's been good. Algebra is kind of just, it's kind of hard to learn a new way of thinking because the way that you think about algebra is different from the way you think about analysis and the way you think about differential equations. So to me, it's just like I wouldn't say language, it's more sort of like a dialect of mathematics that I have to learn. And that's posing a challenge, but I think that challenge is nicely invited because I think I need to learn algebra, but also it's giving me a reason to interact with other people more so than before. Because now, like, I am incessant, am constantly annoying people to be like, "Is this how you do this?" Like, I'm looking at this question and like, am I supposed to do it this way? Am I supposed to do it that way? I know there's not like a right way, but like I want to find like the way that's not gonna waste my time. So you know, I've been talking a lot with other people about algebra, measure theory, and the top scores. I think the top scores just released its homework, but I'm not gonna worry about that because it's not due until next week, like next week. So that's cool. And then measure theory doesn't have a homework yet, but I'm assuming it's gonna get released soon. It's weird because like the classes it seems doesn't seem that like hectic, and I know that's not gonna last long. So I'm kind of gearing up for it to get like really chaotic. But then if it never gets chaotic, then I'm just like, okay, I guess this is just a very normal semester in terms of like the levels of my classes. But yeah, I'm enjoying going to class in person. It gives me a reason to stay awake and like pay attention to class because it's kind of bad if you're dozing off in class. We haven't really learned much. I haven't really been doing much in the classes besides sitting and taking notes. And yeah. And the last thing I want to update on is probably just like the socialness of it all, you know, like being back on campus, being around like a lot of people, a lot of students. It's just really nice because it feels like I'm having the college experience again, you know, and just being able to like run into people that you know and being like, hi, and like just passing by, eating lunch with some friends. And like, I went out last night to go to a bar and like karaoke, sang a bit. And yeah, like it was just like really fun to be in person and have like that experience that I should have had last year but didn't. Oh, I forgot to mention. The first day of classes, the internet crashed all over campus, and my data was bad for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just because a lot of people were using their data in the same like vicinity. Because I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And then so it was just chaotic from the very start. I guess my teaching is where the chaos is. Like my classes itself don't seem chaotic yet. So then my teaching responsibilities where everything is kind of forming into a chaos ball, which I think is fun. I love chaos. I think that's it for this video because I don't really have much to talk about, but I feel like this video did go on for a while. I don't know if I'm gonna do a weekly update every time. I think I just wanted to sort of get this one out because it's the first week of like my in-person classes. I want to like spew about my experience. I'm still excited about everything. I don't, that like glimmer in my eye for this year isn't gone, and I don't think I'm gonna give it away that easily. And yeah, I am looking forward to an even greater rest of the semester. It is going to be chaotic. It is going to be challenging, but that's kind of why I'm here. I love challenge. I love a good chaos. So yeah, until next time, probably I don't know, maybe the end of the semester, because things get busy. See ya.